A successful installation of the SL500 begins with the proper tools and accessories. The tools to install the SL500 are T25 driver, T15 driver, flat blade screwdriver, tape measure, and adjustable wrench. The base module has 7 items in the accessory kit. They are the fiber cable strain relief, customer CD and hard copy documents, rear support brackets, door key, attaching hardware, SCSI terminator, and a sheet of diagnostic and cleaning labels. The expansion module has 7 items in the accessory kit. They are the rear support brackets, Z-pole, attaching hardware, drive expansion module, rear cable cover, cartridge expansion module, rear cable cover, 2 fiber cable strain reliefs, and hard copy documentation. We are now ready to begin installing the base unit, robotics unit, and expansion units. In order for the SL500 to be secured into a rack, brackets and rails must be installed into the rack. These brackets and rails support the base and expansion modules that will be installed later in the presentation. Lock the rack wheels or insert wheel chocks under the wheels to prevent the rack from moving while you are installing the modules and drives. We will be installing the SL500 in the standard 483 mm rack. There are 2 possible racks in which to install the base module: self-tapping, our example, and square openings, the F40 rack. The square style requires clip nuts inserted at the necessary locations. Measure the depth of the rack to determine if you should mount the brackets outward or inward. If the distance between the front rack mounting face holes and the back rack mounting face holes is between 60.9 centimeters and 73 centimeters, attach the bracket facing outward. If the distance is between 74 centimeters and 86.4 centimeters, attach the bracket facing inward. Begin by counting down 5U from the top of the rack. The uppermost tab on the rear bracket is inserted into the top hole of the 5th U. Use the spacing pattern in the installation manual to place the rest of the brackets. Take note, if you are not installing the base unit at the top of the rack, begin by counting down 5U from where you want the top of the base unit to be located. Attach the brackets with 8/32 T15 flathead screws. When attaching brackets to a rack with square holes, washers will be needed so that the screws properly attach the brackets to the rack. The front rails attach to the front of the rack and slide into the rear brackets. Secure the front rails to the rack with 8/32 T15 flathead screws. You will need to use washers for racks that have square holes so that the screws properly attach the brackets to the rack.